Hey everyone, this is Dave Cooper and we are in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania at the Housing Innovation Alliance headquarters in the famous Strip District, and I am standing with Betsy Scott. Betsy,
yes.
We are doing an episode called Her Stories,
yes.
where we are talking about women in the housing industry and what they're doing in the housing industry, right?
Right.
Tell us how you got started in the housing industry.
Well, I've been in marketing for 25 years, and I worked in an agency environment for a long time. And I suffered the .com bust. And really, the agency environment is very dependent upon where your clients are in the process. So I was looking for other work. I really wanted to work in an industry that I was passionate about. And at the time, I was restoring my 115-year-old house from kind of the ground up. And just really have a passion for housing. So I thought, what better product, really, if you're in marketing, can you make an impact with?
Right. And even today, you are on the innovation, collaboration, think tank side of the housing industry, right? And is there a need for more women to be part of this conversation?
Absolutely. I think more diversity in general. I think definitely more women. I've seen, and we try and strive for that in our own events, in our own community, but still a very small percentage of women whose voices are at the table. I'm surprised, though, when I see that there are many more women in the industry right now than I was aware of. So we do need to get women more active, and I think now more than ever, with the way the industry is changing, the way people are coming in from other industries, factory construction, the old traditional roles that could only really be played by men, I think there are a lot of opportunities for women to get engaged at all different levels.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. We were talking earlier, one of the manufacturers I was at, it was 40% women workforce, and we're talking hundreds of people in this factory.
Yeah.
Right, because of the attention to detail, there's a different thought process. And I agree with you. I think that, the more women we have in the industry, the farther, faster, farther, I always get that confused, that we're going to go. Right? So tell me, what are some of the areas you think that women are needed in the housing industry?
Well, I think just the idea of getting people who think differently talking to each other at the table. I've found, and I've heard from a lot of people in our community, women are great from a project management, a communications, integration perspective, and you traditionally see them, or at least I've seen them a lot in financial and marketing roles, but I think they could do very well in production kind of orientation and coordination, scheduling. Think about how women have to multitask a lot in their regular lives, so really good at planning and really good at adherence to deadlines and structure, and also strategically facilitating some of those conversations within their teams.
Sure. So
I think that there are definitely opportunities there. And as you mentioned, a factory that you were at, we took a trip down to see Rainey Construction in Florida earlier this year, and there were a couple of women who were running the construction lines in there, and they talked about, Buddy Rainey talked about how much attention to detail they have, and how all of the precision jobs are really done by the women in his factory. And he said the men are really good at the repetitive nature of it, but when you want something that's really more of the craftsmanship and precision line, that you would have women focus on that. So now that we're moving to doing more offsite construction, you don't have the barriers of women needing to lift things in the traditional sense. So I think we're going to see a lot more of that. And hopefully that'll help us deal with some of the labor issues that we have if we open up our minds to getting women more engaged. Right.
And I think that's the really big thing to kind of put out there, is the industry is changing, technology, the way we're building, right? The thought process on how we're building, and it takes great minds to make that happen. And that's one of the things with Her Stories that we want to get out there, right, to women.
Absolutely.
To say, hey, listen, take a look at this industry. You will be very surprised of the opportunities. Would you agree with that?
Oh, absolutely. I think there's a lot of transferable skills that if people really just stop to think about what they're capable of, they would definitely find a good place in the industry for themselves.
And we have a lot of fun, don't we?
Yes, absolutely do.
Well, there you have it, everyone. Betsy Scott, Housing Innovation Alliance. We're in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania today, telling her stories. And you know, maybe you want to say it. If you know any women out there that are interested,
Absolutely.
you know, and want to tell your story and how it's going for you in the housing industry, we would love to hear it. We would love to share it with other women. I'm Dave Cooper, Betsy Scott. We'll see you next time.